It's easy to hear your favorite artist on WFPK from wherever you are. Listen on your smart speaker, live stream from our website at WFPK.org from Louisville Public Media.
Consequence Podcast Network.
And welcome to another edition of Kyle Meredith with the interview series presented by WFPK at WFPK.org, Consequence of Sound, and the Consequence Podcast Network. First off, I'd like to thank you for checking out this series. If it's your first time, I do hope you'll hit that subscribe button. Maybe now, maybe at the end, you'll think, oh yeah, no, I enjoyed this. Of course, you can find us at all the major spots like iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, wherever you like to get your podcasts from. Just type in Kyle Meredith with, hit subscribe. Bringing brand new interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday so you can keep up with your favorite artists, discover some new ones, and know what's happening in the music world. I'm Kyle Meredith, and today my guest, the legendary Bootsy Collins. We're going to be talking about a single he put out this summer called Stars. In fact, it was a track that as he finished his record and then found himself in quarantine like all the rest of the world, he thought, I'll make one more song and sort of, make it about what's happening out there. So he teams up with Emmy Sunshine, and he's going to tell us all about that. In fact, beyond Emmy Sunshine, as Bootsy will say, he wanted a collage of cultures as far as the other artists who were involved on this, including Cornel West, Bela Fleck, and a whole lot of others. We hear how the proceeds goes to Music Cares, and then getting into the themes. Bootsy has said, with everything that's happening out, it seems like the world is missing the hippie side of things. So I want to know exactly what he means by that, how all of us are on the mothership, and the tragedies that bring us together, and the news about the album that he's putting out at the end of the year. So let's get into it. It's Kyle Meredith with Bootsy Collins.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, man. You got a great new single out. I know you got an upcoming album coming out later on this fall as well. But, getting into this, what we've heard so far was Stars. Always powerful stuff, what you're doing. Was there anything that specifically... I know this was written so late in the process, or at least that's what I've read for this record. Was there anything specific that made you want to tackle this one?
Well, I think it was the all of the sudden, it was like, we have a big decision to make, and it didn't just feel like I was the only one had to make a decision. It was like the whole world, everybody was affected by this pandemic, and gigs were canceled, festivals was canceled. So this was bigger. This was way bigger than us. And it was like, well, what can I do? It's like cutting the album was fantastic up until that point. It's like I need to do something now because the album is not going to come out, until late, like October. And so it kind of inspired me to do something that was critical, like right now. And so that's what I did. I went on the hunt for the track first, found the track in my vault, and it was like, okay, I gotta, get these singers together. And I didn't want it to be just one singer. I wanted it to be a collage of cultures, And so I started looking, and I started getting in contact with people, and I ran across this young girl in Nashville, Emmy Sunshine, and she was a singer and a songwriter, but I didn't know how great she was at writing. And so I sent the track to her, and we went back and forth. We was talking on the phone, which, by the way, is a very new concept for me because I'm used to, recording with people in the room, in the studio. So that kind of threw me off, but I said, hey, I got to go for it. If this is the way we can do it, we have to do it. We have to do it. And she was coming up for the Cincinnati Reds Parade, and all of that got canceled. And so, so that meant, you got to get it done through the emails and through back and forth on the phone, and that's what we did. Next thing I know, we had a beginning of the track Stars was born. And so I started reaching out to other people to get on it, from different countries. And next thing I know, we had it. It was like, wow, everybody started feeling groovy about it, And so, and it was a very great cause for the Music Cares, who's been our friends for years, who helps musicians out. And all my musician friends and buddies, the gigs was getting canceled. And so what situation than to do something with Music Cares that it helps musicians in times like these. And so all of that kind of came together, and that was my mission.
Well, grabbing someone like Emmy Sunshine, I mean, that's two different generations, but you're speaking about something, a big message here, obviously a very relevant and topical message here. A lot of times we recall the 60s when we're talking about the protests, what's happening in the streets, but recently I read you talking about, that sometimes we're missing the hippie side of it, I think is what you had said. What's the message that we're missing right now?
Well, I think it's the love, the peace. I mean, the real love and the real peace. I don't think we as people, as a country now, know what that is. I came through a time where it was like not overproduced, or, it just felt good. It wasn't just, just out of the ordinary feeling. It was a real feeling, and I felt that from Emmy, and it kind of surprised me a little bit because she was so young, and she reminded me of like a older Janis Joplin, and the funny thing is we had never met. I just felt her vibe, I felt her spirit, and it felt like that to me. And I don't know, it's like the song kind of turned out like that, with that kind of real love and real peace thing, bringing people together, even before the other part of the disease kicked in. Mm-hmm. This song related to all of it, the racism, the corona. I mean, any and everything that we were going through. At the end of the day, this song kind of fits into all of it because it's all about bringing people together, all about people working together. And, because this thing is really separating everybody. And, this song is designed to, bring people together and to show that we are all on the mothership. The mothership is the earth. That's our mothership. And, it's a blessing to be able to ride on this ride. Some kind of way we forgot about that. And we've had it so good as Americans that we have forgot the blessings, that we all share, and, it's like, you can't forget that. Even if you do forget it, whoever created us says, I'm going to make something happen that will remind you that you guys are together. And if somebody's going overboard, you all are going overboard. and so we walk the plank. We all walk the plank. And some of us don't know it, It's like, and when you fall off, you don't get caught by the hands, So when we fall off, everybody wants to be in the same hands, and that's what we should be right here on this earth. We all are in the same hands, and so most people don't realize that. And these things happen, these tragedy things happen to bring us together, and that's what the song is about.
Well, it's a powerful song, and for as long as stars have been a part of your gravity anyway, from the facial wear to the guitar and everything, I think I'm most surprised that you hadn't already had a song called Stars at this point. That's
yeah. Oh, you checked that out too, right?
Yeah, I checked that out too. Bootsy, it is it's so great what you're doing out there, and it's always so great to hear from you. I am so looking forward to the record as well with The Power of One. Hopefully, we can catch up down the road when that comes out too. In the meantime,
oh man, I'm so looking forward to that myself. October 23rd, it will be out on the streets.
All right, man.
Ready to get lifted up. All right.
Thank you so much, and take care.
All right, pleasure. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
My thanks, Bootsy Collins, again. The brand new single is called Stars, and the new album out a little bit later on this year. And thanks to you as well for checking out the episode. Again, you can subscribe to this series. We'll bring you brand new interviews every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can keep up with all of your favorite artists. Find us at all the major podcast hotspots, including iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. After that, head over to WFPK.org. That's where I do a show Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern, an hour full of song premieres, music news, anniversary spins, and bonus interviews. Again, that's WFPK.org, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Consequence of Sound, they've got your music and film news. You can also find me on the social media spots, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Kyle Meredith. Do hope you like and follow along there. That does it for another edition. I'm Kyle Meredith. I'll see you next time.
Consequence Podcast Network.
Hey, I'm Jen, and I love horror movies.
I'm Mikey. I'm dead inside it. I also love horror movies.
And we really like to torture our friend Todd because he hates horror movies.
That I do. And that's why they call me the horror virgin.
That's the only reason we call him that.
I'm not, no other reasons at all. None at all.
Whatever. So
every week we take him through the encyclopedia of horror, the good, the bad, the ridiculously Jack Frosts.
And then we make fun of it more or less.
Or explain its deceptive feminism.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do. That's my thing.
And I'm the funny one. Our episodes drop on Monday, so check us out.
It's easy to hear your favorite artist on WFPK from wherever you are. Listen on your smart speaker, live stream from our website at WFPK.org, from Louisville Public Media.